I am going to discuss few exercises on computer aided designs. You have already studied computer aided design in BME 002. Today I am going to discuss the exercises which are related to BME L 001. So there are number of softwares to create the solid models for designing, computer aided designing, but on our most of the tele-learning centers you will find SolidWorks. Maybe you have some other software available on program study centers, but the methodology of creating the solid model more or less that remains the same. So once you have hands-on on one software, you can use very conveniently use the other software. So first we will see that how the SolidWorks works, and I will discuss one of the exercises on SolidWorks. So basically first I would like to explain it to you that it is a menu driven software. As you have seen in all of you must have worked on MS Word. So you have menu on that, and you can click, by clicking on each option you get different options, and you can select any option from those sub options and you can create your models. So how you can create models? You can see that on your main screen where the SolidWorks is loaded on desktop, you will have this part model or the SolidWorks icon. So just click on that, double click on that, and the SolidWorks opens. So now you suppose I want to create a file, new file. First I would like to show you that what is the menu, what are the menus. So to activate all the menus I had to open some already drawn part. So you can see that this is the part which I am going to create for you to explain it to you that how the SolidWorks work. So here is the menu, main menu. We have file, we have edit, we view, insert, tools, windows and help. So in file we have different options. You must have seen these options before also on your MS Word softwares, like new, open, open from web folder, close, and all these options you must have seen before also. Then we have the edit options. These are the different edit options. Then there are few sub options. I will be telling you that how these options are used. Then we have the view options. We can have different views. We can see the like here we can see the planes, axis, temporary axis, origins, all those things we can see. Suppose I will show you that what happens if we close any of these views. We can have a different kind of displays. These are the sub menus. Then we can modify our drawings. We can modify our view. Basically this is the view menu. So we can modify the view by these options. We can rotate, we can pan, we can zoom in, zoom out, zoom to fit. So all these options are available. Then we have some insert options. We can have all these features start open from here. Instead of coming from here, suppose this is not visible, you can just go to tools and you can see that what all you have. In sketch entities you have these options, in sketch tools you have these options. So different options you can see from here. So in sketch entities you can see that these options you must have seen. If any one of you have worked on AutoCAD before, so because all of you are working engineers, so many of you might have worked even on AutoCAD. So you must have seen, you must be well acquainted with these options. Line, rectangle, parallelogram. In those softwares you used to draw, even in solid in MS Word where you have the drawing sketch menu, where there you have these options. So from line you used to draw rectangular, parallelogram, polygon, but here in SolidWorks you can draw directly also. Then you have different windows you have, and then you have help. So here this menu is very essential to know. You should know all these things very nicely. It should be very clear to you that how to use help menu. Here we have this SolidWorks help topics. So suppose you are stuck somewhere and you want to see that how it has to be done. I had explained it to you before that in circle, if you want to draw say circle, you just type circle and you say search. You say circle. So this is circle. So if you stretch, So it will show you that how you can draw the circle. So this is how you can use your help menu. And then you have another option which is very good option in the help menu. These are online tutorials. So you have inbuilt counselor here. Suppose counselor is not available at any place or anywhere, and you want to know something, you want to learn something new, you just go to online tutorials. And here you will see the different lessons here. And they are well explained lessons. They give you each and every step that how you have to move. I will be discussing this 30-minute lesson today. So this is the 30-minute lesson. So you can see that what all I will be doing in this. We will be creating boss, we will add cut features from sketches, then we will add fillets, circular patterns, drawing views, all these things can be added from here. Then here they are giving you that what you will be learning. So if you go to next option, you can see that they are giving you that how you have to proceed. Okay. So there is inbuilt counselor here. Even if you don't have any counselor around, you can work with this software. Now we will I will try to explain you with an example that how it works. So first, for drawing any 3D model, first we have to make the sketch. So how we will make? Let us do this only. This I had created just now. So I will do it again. Let us create a new file. I went to file and then I created new. We have different things here. I will be discussing only the part creation. Right now I am not going to discuss assembly and drawing. So let us say part. So this is created. We will start. So to create the part, you know that we have different planes. We have top plane, front plane and right plane, and then we have different views. So first we have to select the plane to draw anything. So let us say top plane. And I create a sketch. So I can create a circle. You can see that I am away from the origin. I have not reached the origin. So the moment I reach the origin, the pointer changes to this position. So I have selected the origin. So I am keeping the center of the circle at origin. Let us select it. And now I have drawn the circle. You can see that the circle radius is coming. It is 41.38. So I stop it here only. I draw it as this thing only. Then I have pressed escape in case it doesn't go. I want to change the dimension of the circle. Suppose I want to change it to 65 radius or 130 diameter. I can do it from here. 65. Okay. Or I can change it from here. So dia is 130. If I double click it, what happens? I am getting this dimension. Suppose I change it to 135. So the dimension can be changed from here also. We have smart dimension option. We have the option from the menu from the which you have on the left side. So you can change the dimension from both the sides. Generally people find it convenient to change it, draw the sketch, dimension it, and then going to dimension and double clicking it, you can change the dimension. So I say okay to this. I have made my dimension here. Now suppose I want to further change it. I have drawn it, but I want to change it. So I can do that again. I will show you how. Now this is a sketch. It is no more 3-dimensional, it is 2-dimensional. Now I want to change this entity to 2-dimensional. So what will I do? Here we have the option extrude boss. So I will extrude this entity. I will say extrude. Okay. So now I say this is giving us the direction. So if this is the direction, it is extruding in this direction. You can see the arrow. So it means origin is here. So we are giving all the dimensions and all the points with reference to origin. We have kept origin as our reference point. So if we say 10 here, so 10 is the depth, but the direction is here. So origin remains here. I will show you what happens. I say okay, fine. So now again I draw a entity keeping this origin as at the bottom. Now origin as the bottom is at the bottom surface, on this surface. It is not on this surface. Okay. So now suppose I draw one more circle. I sketch a circle. I can sketch from here only. I have not selected a plane, so it is showing me. It is basically it helps you. Wherever you commit a mistake, it tells you that where you have committed a mistake. Do this. So I again select the top plane and I select circle. So this is, I go to origin. I say this as the circle and I can change the dimension to say 40. It is saying underdefined because I have not developed I have not given any relationship. So I have to give relation of this. Let us see it in top view. So let us fix it. I am fixing the center. So now it is fully defined. This is fixed at origin. So now what suppose I have to draw now that component which I had shown you in the beginning. So now what I will do, basically there was what was the component? This was the component. So this portion I have drawn. Now I have to draw this. Let us see it in the front. So what is happening? Only this material is there, rest is empty and there is no material here. So here in this case we don't have to add material here, we have to add material only at this point and we have to cut the material from this point. So now we have to draw this. So what will happen? Now this is, I have drawn one circle. I have to give this some thickness. So what I will do? I will offset it. So I will go to, just see, this is the thing, or you can go to features. You can go to this place, here, you can see here. In the sketch you have offset entities. Okay. Under the sketch you have offset entities, or you have here the offset entity. I say offset entity because I have drawn this entity just now, so I am offsetting this only. So I am giving thickness basically. My purpose is to give thickness to it. So I will say 5. Now I change this and I say it is in this direction entity. Original direction is this. I can change it. It will be drawn inside. Okay. So if I don't do, it will be drawn outside. So this is basically what is this I had drawn at 40. So it will be 45 dimension. So okay. Now you can see that this is drawn. Now I have to give it some thickness. So I will show you what will happen, because now our origin is at which place? It is at the bottom of the surface. So I say extrude boss. Now thickness to this, suppose I have to give it 12 and I make it 12. So what happens? You can see that what is happening. Let me show you the trimetric view. We are getting only this much thickness, though we wanted 12 thickness. Why it is happening? Because our reference point is here. Our Z0 is at this surface. It is not at this surface. So suppose we want to change it to here, what we'll have to do, what we will have to do, we go to extrude 1, we say edit features, and we make the direction, we change the direction. So now our origin is here, and we get the thickness 12. So our origin is at this surface. So we have to see the convenience, that which is where we should keep our reference point, from where we have the convenience to take the other dimensions, how we can calculate our dimensions, from which point we are calculating all the dimensions. So our origin should be at that point. So this is the thickness I have given to this, and now and thickness is in this direction. Suppose I had not done it this way, what would have happened? Had I changed the direction, it would have gone down. So what will happen if I say okay? So plane, it will remain plane because I have taken it in the downward direction. So when I will see the back view or front view, that time we will see this thickness. It is at the bottom because we have extruded it in the other direction. So let us see. So we change it to, we change the direction and we say okay, and then we see this is what we wanted. So we have done it. So after creating the entity, after creating a feature also, there is a provision to change. Suppose you have made a mistake, it doesn't mean that you have to redraw everything. You go to that particular entity. This is the part menu which you are getting. Here you are getting everything. You can see the full solid bodies. You have front plane, you have top plane, you have right plane, and then you have origin, and then you have these features have been created by you. So now we have created these two features. Now suppose in the original drawing which we wanted to create, we have a hole here. How to do that? Now we have learned to to add the material. Now we have to remove the material. So what we will do, again we have to create a sketch. It is saying that I have not selected the plane. So that is why it will not be able. So I have to select the plane. I say top plane, and then I select I say circle, and I say this. Let us make it as 6 radius of this, and I fix it at the origin. Okay. So this is fully defined now. It's okay. Now I say extrude cut. So it is blind. I am saying blind. If I am saying blind, it will not cut anything. It is not going up to the bottom. So what will happen if I say blind? You can see here you have seen the hole. Let us see the bottom. He has seen the block. It is going up to this point. It is blind, but we have to give through hole. Suppose in this case there was only one plate, so you are able to see it. But if there are more than 2 plates, you will not be able to see this. So we should give it. In this case it is okay, but we can change it to through all, and we get this material is removed. By extrude cut we have removed the material. Now what else we want to do? In that we had seen. Let us see what else we have to create, because you will be having a drawing and then from that you have to create. So we have created this feature, we have created this, we have created this, and we have created this. Now we have to create this. So how we will create it? Let us draw first the center line. This is the center. Now it is showing V. V means it is straight line, it is vertical. So we have drawn the line. Okay, so now I have to draw the top view. And now let us draw a circle. We have to sketch to create the feature which we wanted. Let us draw a circle. We have to, again, I have not selected the plane. You can see the moment you don't select the plane and you try to create an entity, it is not created, because unless you select the plane, system doesn't know that in which plane you are going to sketch and you are going to create the entity. So what will happen? Again I say top plane and I say sketch and I say circle. Suppose I draw here. And I say 10, 5. I am not giving right now smart dimensions. I will show you that. So I have created this. Now I want to change it. To boss. I have to extrude the boss. We have to see the trimetric view. It is in this direction and we want it in this direction, and I say this as 20. So if I change the direction, this will be the direction, you can see. So this is what we have created, the boss. So now we have another entity to be created. We have to cut the material from this. Top plane, circle. So now this is 2, fix, fully defined. Okay. So now I have to cut this circle, this, so extrude cut. So this is the thing. You can see that it is in this direction, but if I give it in this direction, what will happen? You see, you can't see that this is, because that the sketch has been created on this surface. It has not been created on this surface. So that is why you can see that if when you will see the bottom view, you will find this hole here. But we wanted to do it other way round. We wanted to have the hole on this boss. So what we have to do? We have to change the direction. Okay. So you can see now that it is created. So now we have created this feature. But now we want to multiply it. You can see that in the beginning what was there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 such bosses. So we have to create 6 bosses. So how we will do? How can we do it? Can we do it one by one? Should we go for one by one, or we should create a pattern? I think it is easier to create a pattern because it will save the time. So we have to see that we have to do the time management also. So then we have to create the pattern. What we have to do? We have to rotate it about some axis. So how can you see what axes are visible here? This is a center line. This is the origin. Can we see any axis? We are not able to see any axis. So how to see those axes? We can go to view. We can click temporary axis. So now temporary axis is visible to us. I will show you where they are. So we have this axis, we have this axis. So we have to create this pattern, we have to rotate it about this axis. You can see. So how we will do? We will say features and I say circular pattern. Okay. And now we have in circular pattern what you are seeing here? You are seeing that this is at 360 degree. We have only 2 entities. So what we will do? We will make it 6. So we are creating 6. But here if I say OK, what will happen? What message will be given? Please select the features to be patterned. So we have, let us select the features. This is the features to be patterned. How we will do? One is this, and we can rotate it this way. Okay, so we have to select we want to select this. So you can see that there is a difficulty in selecting the feature. So we have to, this feature is to be selected, or we should have merged it. This is extrude 3 and I want to select okay, let us leave it for the time being, and I want to select, I want to, if suppose I don't give anything here, so what happens? What message I will get? Select an angular dimension or a linear edge oblique axis to define the pattern. We have not given that about which axis we have to rotate it. So that is why it is giving us this message. So we will select this thing. So you can see now that 6 bosses have been created. So this is done. But since we had not selected this feature, so that is why this is not repeated. And suppose I want to edit it, circular pattern, I can again edit. I can go to this place and try to select it, select something else if we want to do, and we can change it and again create. So this is how we do the we can create the pattern, whether it is linear pattern, circular pattern, anything which we have to create, we can do it this way. Now suppose there are some additional features we want to add. Suppose I want to create a fillet. So what will happen? I have to first create top plane. I say fillet. So this is the feature which I am getting. Here the dimension is given as the radius of the fillet as 10. So if I say OK and I select this and I select this, will it do it? Let us see. It doesn't say. Why it doesn't do? Why it has not done? Why it has not done? Because can we create fillet of 10 mm here? 10 mm radius when the thickness is 5 mm? So what will be the maximum size of the fillet? What can be the maximum size of the fillet? It can be maximum 2.5. So we can change it to, let us see with 5, will it do? It will not do. Let us do it with 2. So it has created the fillet. Now we can create a fillet here also. It will not do unless we select the plane, fillet, I say here 2 mm, I select the surface here and I say OK. Items not selected. It has not selected the plane, so it will not do the. Now I say here, now it has still not selected, or it has already done the filleting. Let us do it here, edge, and I say 2 mm. So you can see that it is done, but it has not been done for all the 6 bosses, because we have to take care of this thing when we are creating a pattern. So whatever we want to multiply, that has to be created before creating the pattern. On the individual feature, we have to give all the features which we want to multiply, and then we have to create the pattern. Since we did not create fillet before creating the pattern, it did not get multiply. Okay? So you can see that it has been done. So this is how. Now we can create even the chamfer. Suppose we want to chamfer something. In this case we are not having anything. So but we can have these options: fillet, chamfer, we can create rib, shell, all these options are here which we can use to create the component. Then we have other options also available. This I have explained you to create this is one of the examples. So when you will be given exercises, accordingly you can create those components. You will be having hands-on on the computer and you can create. So now we can see, we can even change. Now you can see that what are the features of each. We created extrude one. We can see that these are the features. This was the extrude boss. I don't change it. Then we have extruded. Second feature is also extrude 2. Then we have cut extrude. How we have created, you can see the sequence of creating the model. Extrude 1, we created this surface in the extrude 1, then extrude 2, then cut. You can see here that it is showing. Then sketch will be will not be shown. Then extrude 3. This is center line we have drawn. Then extrude 3, then cut extrude, then circular pattern. Then we have created the fillet. Then we have created second fillet. Why that when I was trying to create fillet here second time, why it did not create? You can see now.
Because it happened first.
It was already created. That is why the fillet was not created second time. So you can see that why it is not happening. Just pressing, going to these features, you can see that what you have done. Then we have created the second thing. So this is how you can create your models. Basically for creating any model, 3D model, first you have to select the plane, then you have to create you have to sketch the entity, then you have to add the features to it. It can be boss, it can be cut material, it can be addition of the material, it can be anything. Maybe you have some path and you have some profile and you want to create that. So today I am going to explain up to this point. I will be explaining all those things in my next lecture. Now what else we can do in this model? Suppose we have created this and now we want to change the color. You can see this is all white. You can see it in different models. It is, what is this? This is wireframe. It is creating all the edges. This is hidden line visible. You can see how ambiguous it is. If we say hidden line visible, you must have read in your chapter number 3, the visual realism, that why we have to remove the hidden lines. In your computer aided design chapter number 3, that why it is required to remove the hidden lines. You can see that how the model becomes ambiguous. The moment we remove the hidden lines, it becomes more clear. Then we have shaded with edges. Then we have shaded. So this is the difference. Here only the edges are shaded. Here everything is shaded. Then you have the cut section. You can see the front plane. So you have cut it in the front plane and you can see what will happen. You can cut it. The front plane is visible to you. It will be this way. We can change. We can see it in this way. Okay. We can see right plane. So we can see the cut sections. And that when we cut it from the top, when we cut it on the right plane. So top plane, right plane, we can see the sectional views. Now we have to, suppose we want to change the color, what we will do? Basically, What is that? It is the appearance which we are going to change. So what will, now you can see that my model is going out of the screen. So what I have to do? I have to say zoom to fit. So it comes, everything comes in my, now I want to see only these details. So what will I do? I will select this much portion, I will say zoom. So only this is visible. So to see the finer details, we can select that portion and we can zoom it. I say fit to this size. Like I was not able to select the extrude 3 features. So what I could have done is, I can go here and I can just select it. So it would have been easy to select it here. Now when we were creating the circular pattern, we say edit feature, and here I was not able to select this feature. So I want to select, there is, yeah, now you can see that it is selected, and I want to select this also. So 2 surfaces are selected. So the moment I do this, now I say zoom to fit. You can see that it is done in all the 6 bosses. So this is, it is the utility. I am showing you the utility of zoom features, that when you have some problem in selecting something or to see something, you can just select that portion and zoom it and then do it. Now I want to change the appearance. How can I change the appearance? Let us go to appearance and I will change the color. So how will I change the color? Now we have this feature, extrude 1. This is, I say phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and I say, and I add this color to it. Okay, so what will happen? Sorry, I have not selected the top plane, and then I change the appearance. Go to appearance, color. It is solid body 1. If I select the full solid body and I say red, so what will happen? Why the color is not changing? We have to see that. Okay, this is the color property. I say it has selected this. Basically you have to select the surface and then change the color. This portion, in this case we are not able to do the then I say, I don't know why it is not happening, maybe there is some problem with the options. So this is how we can change the color, then we can change the texture. Let us select it, and then we can change the texture. This is how we can get the texture. Suppose what you have drawn, the part, that is a plastic part or a metallic part, accordingly you can give from here. You can give the metallic feature, then brushed, and then say OK. So here maybe, oh, it is, I will tell you why we are not able to see it, because we are not seeing the, so this is the reason that we were not able to see. And that is how we can change the color and the texture. You can see the, in the view, we have, suppose we see here. So if we select anything here, we can change the texture and color going to the appearance. I say escape, the selection thing has gone. I go to appearance. This is the appearance. I say color. And I say OK. So why it is not going? Now I will show you why it is happening. Here I have seen feature extrude to. So I will close it today here itself, and in the next lecture we will be taking the other options which are available to us. Thank you very much for being with us.